Okay, I'm gonna play Eat.io. It's a game that it's a game I was introduced to. Well, a game a friend suggested I play, invited invited me to play. So, without further ado, let's get into it. As you can see, it's a game of 8 players. I don't think it has any sound because I haven't got me window mute. I haven't got this window muted. I did a video before, but I wasn't satisfied with it because I couldn't figure out how to block, how to blur something that I didn't want to be seen in the video. So I've just so I'm having to remake the video now. So as to be hoped I perform as well in this one, isn't it? Despite getting off to this shaky start with my opponents collecting building up points faster than I have so far. What you've got to do in this game is pretty much eat everything you see. As you might have noticed, you start off eating small things like trees and cars and lampposts and what have you. And then as you eat more and more things, you get bigger, and then you can eat really big things like buildings and structures and pyramids and the like. Also cars and buses and such. And as you saw then, I just ate another player. I just ate 2 other players. In fact, you get pretty hefty amounts of bonus points for eating other players. Yeah, and that rotating crown you see in the middle of my hole, that indicates that I'm first. I'm coming first. I'm ahead of everyone when it comes to points. As you can see in the top right there, the list of top scorers, which has just gone off now. Yeah, and as you can see, I just came first because I'm elite. And you can choose lots of different circles, holes to play as. When I first started, most of them were locked, and you had to unlock them by managing to accomplish various achievements, and I've unlocked most of them now, except the ones that you need to invite friends to unlock, and also the ones which you need coins to unlock, since you need so many coins. And as you can see, I have very few. I've only been able to build up very few coins. Well, so I'll play as a different circle now. I think this one's funny. The big human-like face with its mouth wide open and all is quite fitting when you think with how you're eating small things, when you're eating everything in the map. Like, right now I'm eating trees and small things like people, those square humanoid-like figures that I'm eating them right now, like that. And then as you gradually get bigger, you can eat things like rocks like these and whatnot until As you saw in my video before, I was eating buildings and pyramids in the end. So, yes, this can be quite comical when you imagine the carnage from the perspective of the citizens in this game. And the reason I flinched just then was because I noticed my crown had vanished, meaning that I was no longer the top scorer in the game, and the player who was near me had it instead, and I thought I could be eaten by that player when if he touched me. So yeah, that was why I flinched. And if you do get eaten, you can restart, but in order to restart with the amount of points you had before being eaten, you have to invite your friends to play the game, and I don't want to do that because my friend, you know what people are like on Facebook for being a bunch of complaining little wussies, don't you? Not wanting invites to play games and whatnot. Just hate another person down. So if I have in the event that I ever get eaten by another player, I end up waiting 10 seconds to come back to life again. And at that point, I'll start off as a tiny little circle again, and I'll have pretty much no chance of winning. But I don't mind, really. It's still fun to play, isn't it? I came first again, as you can see. So, let's choose a different circle now. Like this one, for instance. For some strange reason, I keep getting these desert maps when I play. And I want to show you the cityscape map, because I actually prefer those with how it's like more of a bustling city environment type of place. But I kind of find these desert maps a bit sparse, really, compared to the cityscape maps. I mean, they're still good and all, but yeah, I have my preferences, and now I can eat cars, as you can see now, when I'm at this size. Kind of funny, and I just ate a police car down, which is always satisfying, because of how I don't really like police and all. Bunch of bullies, if you ask me. Yeah, and yeah, I'm almost getting my crown back now, almost on the verge of coming first again, out of the pack of players and all. Looks rather funny, this big green head with the teeth showing, with the teeth bird, doesn't it? I'm in first now, my rightful spot, where I belong, being elite and all. Yeah, eating other players gives you a pretty substantial bonus. Sometimes you can get like 40 points or something or similar for it, and that's more than you can get for even the biggest buildings. So if you have a chance to eat a player who's gotten quite big, you should probably take it, I think. Even though I didn't chase after those players, or he is a big one I can eat now, I suppose. Moving quite fast though. Yeah, see how I got 35 points for it. And 40 for that player. Helped me stay in first anyway, even though I missed out on a load of buildings there. Came first, and I find this place Yeah, these are the ones you unlock once when you level up to a certain extent. That's the last one you can earn. It is quite nice with its spinning parts, but yeah, this one's cute as well, the cat one here. And this is the cityscape I wanted to show you. These are the ones I kind of prefer, really. See, with the little sports courts and all. I just think these ones are maybe a tad more imaginative, maybe. The other players soon ate up all of the people that should be in those sports courts, didn't they? Looks like it could be in for a challenge in this game. I know there's a car park close to here, so once I get big enough to open to eat cars, I'll be going there. Yeah, now I'm big enough, so hopefully I'll be able to rack up the points quickly now with this car park. I always find this satisfying, eating all the cars in car parks like this, and the police cars among them too. Yes, lots of fun indeed. I just ate a bus there as well, as you can see. The person in first is way ahead though, isn't he? As you can see in the list of top scoring players in the top right there, and now I'm in second right now. I find it kind of funny when you eat big skyscraper buildings and it takes some time for them to slide down your big gullet, your big mouth and all. So starting to look like I might not win this one, isn't it? Being in third and all. Yeah, I was even in fourth for a minute just then as well. That player looked like he might have been bigger than me just then, so I avoided them. And I think that one was the same size as me, so I couldn't eat them either. And it looks like near enough most of the stuff on the map is gone now, so yeah, I didn't win that one. I came third, not bad I suppose. Typical of me to lose on the city one when I wanted to, with how I like those ones the best as well, isn't it? Got me little miniature crown now. Well, I had it, and with how it's miniature because of how my circle's still small and all. I like it when I get the chance to eat lots of those little fences, because I find that's a good way to very quickly rack up points in order to help myself get ahead during these critical early phases of the game when everyone's small and rushing around and trying to build up the points to get big fast, so that you can have that advantage of being much bigger than the other players quickly in order to throw your weight around and whatnot. I always find it satisfying eating big clusters of these skyscrapers like this as well. And how as you get bigger and bigger, you can eat bigger and bigger buildings and skyscrapers. Lots of fun and very satisfying indeed. I like how everything starts looking smaller and smaller to you as you get bigger and bigger as well. Satisfying with how you start off so small with everything looking huge next to you. Looks like we're starting to run out of things to eat now, doesn't it? now that I say that, I'm just happening to come across more and more buildings in corners of the map I haven't yet been to, so guess you can never speak too soon. I always like to get over 1,000 points on a level. It feels like I've well and truly put the exclamation mark on my victory, so to speak. Not sure how long I've been playing for. Guess I'll just show you a few more circles and a few more of the circles you can choose in a few more games, and I suppose we'll call this a video. Just 8 another player then. Yeah, notice how even the small buildings look big next to me when I'm kind of small like this. It makes growing all the more satisfying, I think. Starting to feel tired. After all, I would have done this video earlier if I could, but my OCD has been terrible as of late. But I think I've started figuring out ways to get a handle on it now. So if I can get rid of it completely, I'm looking forward to writing a book telling the world how to cure their OCD. Only it wouldn't really be fair of me to write the book. I mean, as much as I'm looking forward to writing the book, it wouldn't be very fair of me to write it now that I still have it to an extent, would it really? That would make me a liar in a way, wasn't it? Saying I know how to cure OCD when I haven't properly cured my own and whatnot. But there's some who say it isn't even possible to totally cure OCD, so there's that little bit of doubt I'm feeling as well. Some reason I'm not able to catch the people who were slightly smaller than me for some reason. These towns look cute when you can see them all zoomed out when your circle's really big, don't they? Yeah, I think I'll play maybe one more game after this. The shark circle looks funny, doesn't it, with its teeth bird and all. But well, if I've already done a video with this circle and I forgot, and I'll end up looking even more stupid with with how I sound stupid already with my OCD and whatnot. But I'm sure you'll agree with me that I seem better with it right now, which I'm happy to say. Hopefully soon I'll get my crown back to indicate that I'm coming first. Once more. Just ate a card, and as you saw as well. Well, I'm down to third now. Having trouble finding buildings small enough for me to eat, aren't I? Now I'm finding them though. back into third now. Staying away from that person I saw just then because he has the crown, which means he's in first. Therefore, he's going to be the person with green, who's green up in the north, is the one with the crown now. So he's the one who's the biggest, which means he could eat me if he touches me. But I'm getting there now. Yes, I've got the crown. A very competitive match, this, isn't it? That'll help me though, that I just ate someone, because of how you get the big bonuses for eating other players, as I told you before. I am happy now that I can speak a bit better, because I've got that bit of a handle on my OCD, as I told you before. Yeah, I came first again after a competitive game, so there's a relief. Yeah, which one should I choose now? I wonder. Yeah, I'll choose this one. Got a nice title screen this game as well, hasn't it? And you can even eat traffic cones like those ones you saw me eat when I was by that hole just then, dug in, almost got eaten then by that big face. And as if you remember what I said before, you really don't want that to happen. Sometimes I find it hard to tell which circles are bigger, which players are bigger than me as well, and I have to look at the list at the side to see. But right now it's more likely players will be bigger than me than it is that I'll be bigger than them, since I was fifth. Now I'm fourth again, fifth again now. Seems like this is going to be another competitive game. Not many cars left in this car park, is there? It's never a good sign when other players have got the cars from the car parks before I've been able to get them. Oh no, it looks like I'm being chased. My only hope now is to eat things before they catch me. I tried doing that cheap. I tried to press myself against the sides because of how sometimes people. Oh no, being chased again. Well, no, see how big the other players, most other players are next to me now. That I'm tiny again after being eaten. Nice and adventurous, these streets when you're small, aren't they? As opposed to when you're gigantic and you can see it all. See how massive that player was next to me just then. Kind of funny. Poor performance, came eighth, as you can see. So, think of maybe one more game. And then I'll look to see how long I've played for. It's a shame I've had to do another video because the first one I did, I won every game that I played. But then again, I suppose it makes it more of an interesting video if you can see what the game's like when you're losing, isn't it, really? So you can see all the different possibilities and all. Makes the experience more diverse, I suppose you could say. Starting to get a bit of a sore throat with talking so much because of how I don't talk much in life, the way I don't have a social life because of how I'm a reject and all. Getting big enough now that I can eat walls and such, so that's reassuring, yes. Inferred and quite a bit of a way behind the person in first, though it seems. Having trouble finding buildings small enough to eat as well. That's hindering me progress a tad. Yeah, now I'm getting bigger, as you can see. Person in first is still some way ahead though, isn't she? It's nice, this heart-shaped circle I'm playing as, isn't it? Still, it's not all bad being second, because I know at least that I can eat near enough every other circle except for the one that has the crown. And now it's me with the crown because I've managed to get into first again through sheer force of will and grit and determination, probably experience as well. All the other players are here now trying to steal my buildings, my food, so I had to eat some of them as well, teach them a lesson. Just doing my ritual there. Okay, I've played a good amount of time, so I'll stop the video now. Bye, folks.